Now, ladies and gents, I really liked the last episode of Star Wars Mandalorian, or The Mandalorian, Star Wars, whatever. I really, really enjoyed it. I thought the action was some of the best. I thought Boba Fett, he kind of redeemed himself from what he was revealed in the original saga to be versus what, the fandom sort of elevated him to. I thought it actually all married up really, really well. So I'm really saddened to hear this. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say, well, I think it's because, lack of care and attention and all of that good stuff. I don't know quite what to think just yet, but I'm sure a lot of people will be concerned. So Robert Rodriguez compares the Mandalorian script to Star Wars fan project. But it's not just that, it's the fact that Jon Favreau's take on it, he received a 19-page script, was basically, no, you're here just to make it up, basically. What? I mean, that goes to show how good Robert Rodriguez is then, doesn't it? Because he had a 19 pages of traditional screenwriting indicates 19 minutes. So a lot of people were annoyed how short that episode was, which it was really short. It was about 30, I believe, about 30 minutes. Well, he bulked out quite a lot. Quite a lot. And that's to do with Jon Favreau, and that's a shame, really. So this article's linked down below. Let's dive into it. It all comes from an interview on on Collider about The Mandalorian. And yeah, I don't know. So during the beginning of the brief conversation, Rodriguez revealed he was surprised by the short script he revealed from Jon Favreau for the episode. Rodriguez explained, the script was really short. The script was much shorter than the episode. The script was like 19 pages. So that suggests 19 minutes. So I added a lot of action. Now, you got to remember is that he's been handed this script. He can't just go and create new scenes, of extended dialogue and stuff like that. He has to work with what he was given. So a lot of the flack for it being short goes firmly on Jon Favreau. He signed off on a tiny script. Why did you do that? And also that's dangerous because you're asking someone to come on board and have to improvise. That doesn't show the care and attention the Star Wars fan base has attributed to The Mandalorian, because that's what a lot of people have done. They've said this is great. Clearly loads of care and attention has been taken here. That doesn't indicate that at all. Have we been lied to this whole time? Maybe. So he continued and says, and in fact, I asked Jon Favreau if that's okay that my script's only 19 pages. Is it okay? Because I need, because I cut really fast and it's probably going to end up being 16 minutes. Because that's how Robert Rodriguez works. He condenses stuff down. If it's X, Y, and Z, it's always going to be a little bit shorter due to his editing style and how he works with stuff. Makes perfect sense. And he says, do we need to add more pages? And he goes, no, that's what you're here for. You need to fill that up. That's terrible. What are you doing, Mr. Favreau? That is atrocious. Now again, the end result was great. But a lot of people's complaint was it was the shortest one. So that's not okay. You can say, well, look, the ends justify the means and stuff like this. But it still doesn't, because you handed Robert Rodriguez a short script, to which most people's complaints were, it's short. Not that the action was bad, that it was a short episode. And it was bad because of its shortness. So obviously Rodriguez replied saying, okay, I'll try and make that battle longer. So that's where a lot of that extra battle came from. He just made it up. So kudos to Robert Rodriguez. That guy deserves so much more work. Because he's doing your job for you, John. Mr. Jon Favreau. And he continues further in this interview, and he says, I knew my tendency to cut things pretty tight, so I thought if I have a 100-page script, it's a 90-minute movie. I had a 19-page script, so I thought, whoa, I'm going to run out of things. So I added a lot of action. Because again, what else can he add? He can't go in and change the story, because if he adds new dialogue or whatever, it's going to affect the next one. He can't do that. He just has to fill it with filler, which is action. And again, it just so happened that he did a fantastic job, because he did. But goddamn. Now, Rodriguez would go on to answer what it meant to direct the return of Boba Fett and Slave 1. He answered, this was like my 12-year-old dream. Like when I was 12 is when Empire Strikes Back came out, and I was a huge Boba Fett fan. He continued, you know, they would tease him out before the movie came out. You already knew he was going to be a character to watch. The marketing was really great, like this character, Boba Fett. And so when you saw the movie, you couldn't wait to see him. So it captured your imagination. Before the movie even came out, it's all we were talking about at school. I still remember that, how mysterious that character was. You got a little taste of him, but you were waiting to see more. To which he bloody blew himself up. He then detailed when he first saw the script, it looked to him like a fan script rather than a real script. And this is kind of damning, but also kind of good, depending on what, side of the fence you sit on. So Rodriguez explained, when I saw the script, Jon Favreau sent me the script and it said Boba Fett and Dark Troopers and Mando and Fennec. And I was like, this doesn't even feel like a real script. It feels like a fan wrote this in a fever dream, hoping that this would be an episode, and yet this was the script. So he's praising it, he's saying it's really good. But a lot of people would see that as bad, I guess. And he continued, it had all the good stuff in it. It was like the greatest hits of all the cool. I couldn't believe I got that gift to go play in Star Wars with all the toys and to get to play with Boba Fett as one of your main ones. Again, like he's praising it. I really like the episode, to be fair. I mean, look, this shot alone speaks volumes. It just looks cool. And he continues and says, and I just thought I got to go in there and just have him be, I don't know if he's going to show up in any more episodes or what, so I got to make him super badass in this moment. Be that character that I imagined him being when I first heard about him when I was 12. That was my mission, just to go satisfy that 12-year-old fascination with the character. And that's the thing. A lot of people built him up in the fan base as being something, and he wasn't really. Because, I mean, again, he got hit on the jetpack and, fell into a Sarlacc pit. I mean, that's super dumb. But he has redeemed himself now, and I think it was a great episode, and I think Rodriguez did an absolutely stand-up job of that, with the action scenes that he was forced to put in. Because again, a lot of that stuff of Boba Fett beating the living crap out of these stormtroopers would have been improvised. And that speaks volumes to how good Robert Rodriguez actually is. I think it's fantastic. I think he's really, really, really good. But on the flip side of that, we can't deny that that's real bad news for The Mandalorian. You can't do that. Have some care and attention about it. You've got a lot of fans here. Don't squander it. Don't rest on your laurels. Don't just rely on directors, because directors sometimes absolutely shit the bed. They're not always that good. So you do need to sort that out, Mr. Favreau. So let me know your thoughts on this down below. Did you like the episode to start off with? Because a lot of people didn't. So did you even like the episode? Was your main complaint, if you didn't like the episode, the fact that it was short? And if so, does this go some way to explaining it and also redeeming Robert Rodriguez for you? I'd love to hear it, so please do let me know down below. If you're new here, please do hit subscribe. Smash that like button if you enjoyed this video and you stayed this long, because you clearly enjoyed it at least a little bit. Also, guys, check out my Teespring store. It's the festive season, so I am selling festive merch. Festive Xenomorph merch, actually. So grab one whilst you still can, because they won't be available forever. But that being said, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I've been Mr. H. Take care.